So how long did it take me to replace my warehouse job income? Man, let's go back in time. So 2008, I got my warehouse job. It was in Los Angeles, and that was a time in my life where I just really needed to get a job. I wanted to stay in LA. If I didn't get a job in LA, I would have had to go back to Seattle and live with my parents, or even worse, go back to Idaho, North Idaho, and live with my parents out there, get a job out there. I wanted to stay in LA. In order to do that, I needed to get a job because I was staying with my grandma, and then I was staying at my friend's house. And it was just like 3 months went by, 6 months went by. It's time to leave, time to go. Overstayed my welcome. So in 2008, I finally found a job through Craigslist. I went in for the job interview, and they liked me. I was very excited. I brought a lot of energy to the table. I was willing to work for what they offered, and yeah, they liked me. So they hired me. Out of like 100 different applicants, they hired me and this other guy. So it was pretty cool. And I was so excited about that. I freaked out. Around that same time, I had just gotten a new girlfriend too. So it was like a wonderful month of my life. I think it was like June or something, 2008. And wow, looking back, that's crazy. That's almost exactly 20 years ago. It's like 18 years ago or something like that. So anyway, my life started to change around, and I started going to work every day and having a consistent income. I got an apartment of my own. I was able to start buying skateboard stuff again and just kind of like go out to eat, like all these things you kind of take for granted when you have money coming in, but if you don't, you can't. So it's like, okay. But yeah, when I was working my warehouse job, I started, the salespeople would come into the back of the warehouse and they would say, hey, what's up, Trevor? How you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And we get into conversations, and then I start asking them, hey, how's it in sales? Maybe someday I could work in sales. And they're like, yeah, no problem. It's easy going. You just got to learn the products and talk to the customers and, figure out how to solve their problems. I was like, all right, well, it doesn't seem too hard. But at that point, I had very basic sales experience. Before that, my experience was like in the food and beverage industry, mostly working at a theme park. So I had very limited sales experience. But anyway, so when I had a chance to move up into sales, I think it was like 2010-ish, so maybe about 2 years, like a year and a half, 2 years after I first started working there. I mean, I started advancing up in the warehouse. I went from warehouse to returns, to managing, to shipping first, to picking and packing, shipping, and then inventory, like receiving and returns and all that stuff. And I started managing a lot of stuff in the warehouse. I had my own little section back there. I was doing great. But they like to move people around, and they just moved me out of that position and up into sales. So that's what happened. And as soon as I started working in sales, I started really learning a lot. I was also going to college around that same time. I was taking classes for free at LA Community College, LA Central, Los Angeles Valley College, LAVC, Los Angeles Valley College, and Los Angeles Pierce College, kind of like both at the same time because they're both in the Valley. So at Valley College, I was taking sales, marketing, business, management, accounting, every single sales and marketing and business course I could take, I took for like 6 years in a row. I was taking all these courses, and it really helped me because in around 2010, the end of 2010, one of the customers was a locksmith that would come in all the time, and we'd hang out and talk. And he's a really nice guy. He convinced me to start a business with him, and so basically we started our business 2010. And we got our first sale sometime early 2011. I had put up a website. We found a supplier, dropship supplier, and we got our first sale. And it just started getting a little bit bigger slowly. It was like a few sales the first month, a few more sales the next month, maybe a few less the next month, kind of thing. It was very slow in the beginning, mostly SEO. And I was relying on the platform I was using to run their free Google Shopping ads to get traffic too, and that seemed to work pretty well. So 2013 rolled around, and there was a big change that year. 2013, I made $100,000 in sales, and it was all organic. So, and my net profit was like 20%. So, throughout the whole year, we netted around $20,000, something like that. The software fees were very inexpensive. So 20,000 divided by 12, now you're looking at like $1,000 a month, and I was like, wow, I'm starting to make a decent income from doing this. If we could scale it up and make $500,000 a year or $1 million a year at the same profit, then I could have a full-time income. And that's when the switch flipped. And I was in college at the time, but I wasn't really enjoying the classes I was taking because I was at this point where I'd taken all the sales classes and marketing and business classes I could. And the only classes left in order to get an associate's degree were like stupid classes I wasn't interested in, like physics and psychology and things like that were just really boring. And I remember being in the first semester in the classroom and thinking to myself, this is such a waste of time. I'd rather be at home working on my business, make some money, and doing sales. And so I just left and I didn't come back and I dropped out of college. And I also ended up quitting my job that same time. So I quit my job, dropped out of college, and just went all in on my e-commerce business. I wasn't able to pull a full-time income right away. So I had to cut back on my expenses a lot. We had to downgrade to less expensive apartment, and we had to stop eating out, and we had to basically cut all of our expenses. I had one business credit card and a couple of personal credit cards, so I started racking up debt. But 2014 rolled around, and 2014 was a huge year. Everything did grow like crazy, and it grew to 500,000 in sales that year, organic. We weren't running any ads, and so the margin was a little bit less just because we had so much other stuff going on, but it was still around 20%. So we ended up netting, close to $100,000 in profit that year. It's $10,000 a month on average. And I was kind of freaking out, like, we're making tons of money now. This is amazing. We should open up a bike shop. And then I opened up a bike shop and I realized that was a huge failure and I wasted so much money doing that, so much time and effort. And then I even went through like this platform change where we went from WooCommerce to Shopify and everything crashed and I had to switch back and we started getting everything back again. And then, I kind of got in this sort of like fever of like, I don't know if this business is going to work anymore because I already like did a lot of stuff to ruin it. I don't know if I get it back. So I went to sell it and I sold it, but I sold it for a lot less than I should have. And I, definitely have some regrets for making those mistakes, but we had gotten to that point. So from starting point of 2010-ish, 2011 to 2015, that's how long it took me to replace my full-time income. Now, that's me basically not really having any mentor at all, okay? Now, the next part of the story is the most interesting one because the next part is when I tried to do another dropshipping store and actually had a mentor this time and how long it took me to get from zero to doing more than enough for a full-time income. And then what I decided to do at that point. So without a mentor, it took me like almost 5 years, okay? With the mentor, in 2016, I started with a course and a coaching program. And it was Dropship Lifestyle was the one I started with. And he taught me really good how to build out a really optimized store. So he taught really good conversion optimization. And his coaches, other coaches he had working with him, taught really good ads and taught really good email marketing and funnels and all this stuff. Okay. And so I was able to learn through him and his coaches, at a fairly affordable price for everything. I think I ended up spending like $1,000 or $1,500 or something like that for the whole thing. And, ended up getting like free coaching calls. Like it was like 10 free coaching calls or something like that, which was totally worth it. And I was able to take my store from, just brand new, summer of 2016, it was like early 2016, to doing over $50,000 to $70,000 in sales a month at like a 15% profit margin by the summer fall of 2016. So it was like basically I minimized it from like 4 or 5 years to like 4 to 5 months. That's the magic of getting a mentor, getting a coach, someone who's been there, done that, knows how to do this kind of stuff and can walk you through it and teach you the ropes. So I was able to compress that time, and then I was able to learn these new platforms and really excel. And then I started doing research and discovered that you can live a lot cheaper outside of the US. And then that was like the main big decision I made was at that point was like, hey, I don't want to spend $6,000, $7,000 a month just living baseline expenses in the US anymore. I want to be able to get out and explore the world. And there's other places in the world you can live for like a couple $1,000s a month, baseline expenses. And one of those places is Chiang Mai in Thailand. And Chiang Mai happens to be a really cool digital nomad scene too. So not only do you get this place that's very low cost of living, but you also get a lot of other people surrounding you that are also very like-minded people. And they have meetups all the time. And they're talking about SEO and funnels and affiliate marketing and drop shipping, all this stuff. So you get to meet a lot of cool people and get involved in a really cool network of scene of people. And Chiang Mai is gorgeous. There's nature all around it. They have some skateboarding if you like that. They have, amazing places to go bicycling, and they just so much fun stuff. Chiang Mai is an amazing city. And in the south of Thailand is Bangkok, and Bangkok is even better skate scene and even crazier for its nightlife and all that stuff. And so I ended up going down there for a while. But besides the point, I was making a full-time income through dropshipping this whole time. And what I also discovered doing this is that you can not just make a full-time income, but you can also package these stores and you can sell them for 2 to 3x how much they make in yearly net profit on average. So, depending on the platform you go through, but I went through Empire Flippers. And if you want to check them out, ecommerceparadise.com/Empire Flippers, but they have an amazing platform for selling websites. And Empire Flippers is really cool because they'll help you through the process of like negotiations and stuff like that too, to get you a better price, kind of like a real estate agent would for your business. And they understand online businesses. So I sold a couple of these businesses through them and, made a lot of money. And, I was able to kind of take like another mini retirement per se. And then I would start a new business and do that again. And I recently did that. 2022 was my last big exit. Kind of took like a year off and then started a new store, and I'm running that now. And now my focus is mostly on helping entrepreneurs because I really enjoy that. And also it's not just doing things the way we used to do them. It's also building out super high ticket funnels, like custom project and quote funnels. So it's not just like the typical Shopify store, you throw up some products, a discount code and run Google Shopping ads anymore. So, that model still works, but it's kind of like the old model, and it's harder for new people to get on board with Google Merchant Center and Google Shopping. So nowadays I'm teaching people how to do really high ticket funnels and run like SEO traffic and organic traffic and YouTube and cold email outreach and all this other stuff through these funnels to get these like custom spec project builds and like bulk orders for high ticket products. And when you're selling, orders that are like $10,000 to $50,000 or up, you can get wire transfers instead of, accepting credit card payments. There's no processing fees and there's less risk on the back end. And you're dealing with business owners usually or government institutions that are very trustworthy and will definitely pay you. Sometimes you'll be working with the supplier still, so you won't have to inventory any of the products. All you have to do is you have to go back and forth between the supplier and the customer, just spec out the project, you spec it out, the customer pays you, you pay the supplier ships to the customer, you handle the delivery and the service, the installation or whatever they need, and good to go. So it's kind of like a new way of doing this stuff that's actually been not really new. It's been the way it is for a while. All the big companies do it. Now the small entrepreneurs, I'm trying to teach you guys how to do this. I was able to take my my job income, which was like a couple $1,000s a month at that time, 2010 or whatever it was, turn that into my own business, full-time income, and then I was able to multiply that. And now I live in Bali, Indonesia, because I choose to live out here. Low cost of living, great skate scene, surfing, beautiful nature, awesome people, it's safe. So many reasons to live out here. It's one of the best places for digital nomads as well. So go check out Bali. And if you want to start one of these businesses, go get my free niches list for high ticket niche ideas. Go to ecommerceparadise.com/niches. Completely free, 1,000+ ideas of high ticket product categories you can sell. And these are good for dropshipping. These are good for affiliate marketing. These are good for info products. So really good niches list there. And get into our community as well, which a link will be there on that page after you get the niches list to join the community. And also, go check out our Masterclass, ecommerceparadise.com/Masterclass, where I show you how to build one of these businesses. And if you want a done-for-you service, I provide that at ecommerceparadise.com/turnkey. It's our turnkey business in a box service. So me and my team actually go out and build you a store and a business from scratch. And also, if you already have a store, maybe you just didn't get off the ground or you want to scale it more, go check out our scaling services, ecommerceparadise.com/scaling. And we do that for people that already have stores. We can do all sorts of different stuff to help you scale a business, including building the funnels, and lots of other things. So thanks so much, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to comment or email me, Trevor@ecommerceparadise.com. I'm happy to help. Thanks so much. Subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video. Take care.